Outside the Royal Albert Hall, pro-Palestinian demonstrators waved flags, shouted slogans and occasionally burst into song. The protesters had made it clear before the concert took place that they intended to boycott the Israeli musicians inside. The security was stepped up at the venue to deal with that, but several protesters did manage to get inside. Zubin Mehta is known worldwide as a great conductor. He's worked with the best, and he's also been part of the Israeli Philharmonic for the last 50 years. His appearance at the Proms Classical Music Festival was eagerly awaited, but each and every time he stood up to start a piece on Thursday night, a small group of protesters tried to stop the music. The demonstrators were eventually removed by security staff, but those who'd paid to see Zubin Mehta and his orchestra were deeply disappointed.
It was just quite upsetting to think that Israelis had come just to play music and they were being targeted for something I don't think they were involved in at all. So I found that quite upsetting, really.
The man himself says he sees music as a way to bring people together, and his main aim is to find talented musicians, regardless of where they're from.
We don't take into consideration, except for the case of Wagner in Israel, any sort of taboo at all. We have played with Palestinian pianists as soloists. I've even had an Egyptian composer performed by the Israel Philharmonic. So there is no... and the Israel Philharmonic itself has no taboo about Jewish or non-Jewish musicians.
The Proms is probably the last place you'd expect controversy, but with protests inside and outside the building, BBC Radio 3 was forced to take its live coverage of the concert off the air for the first time ever. Wendy Urquhart, BBC News.